Anne-Marie. Let me get you on. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. I heard you said that you were nervous
Yeah,
on one of the videos.
just a little bit. It's been a minute since I've live streamed. I've gotten used to relying on the power of editing.
Oh, so don't even worry about it. I mean, it's just gonna be like regular girl chat, on live. That's all. You know, you already, like I said, you own your craft already. It's all about beauty for you, no matter where you are. So we're gonna be talking about that. And of course, your love for your family, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely want to touch on that. I think that's very important, especially during this times, holiday times, togetherness, it's a very good inspiration, especially for those who may not be in the position as you to be able to share it with their family. So we're going to wait a little bit for a few more people to come on because, yeah. Joseph is
Hey,
on. Welcome, Joseph. Thank you for supporting Anne-Marie. Ricky Valero.
Ricky.
Oh my God, Ricky, how are you feeling? I did watch your video. I hope you're
Yeah.
doing much better. But I did see that you dropped your first interview for the Women's podcast. So I'm glad that you're doing that as you have programmed for December. But please take care of yourself. You know, it's a high transformation time, so stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water, okay? And take your vitamins, all right? There's a lot going on, and get some rest because you are a workaholic like me, so you need to get some rest, you know. So let's wait for more to come
Okay.
on. I'm super excited about this interview, by the way. I must say that, I've been watching you from the time that I got on Rizzle, and I just thought that you're just always saw that you're a well put together young lady. You
Oh,
know,
thank you.
you really are. You really are. You're welcome, Ricky.
What rest? Yeah, there's such a
He's
good
like, what
rest,
rest?
Ricky.
Exactly. That's what we be. You're well put together young lady. I mean, in the way that you present yourself, in your movements, in terms of how you articulate, and how you share on Rizzle is really phenomenal. And
Oh,
I
thank
want to tell
you.
you that, yeah, it's so good. And one thing you said to me on one of the videos, I think it was today, like, you make me sound better than I think I am. Well, that's if that's what I'm here for, so be it. You know what I mean? Exactly what I see is exactly the way that I call it. And you guys know that. You guys know that. So what is Ricky saying? I hope Emily remembers us when she makes it big. Yeah, she's definitely gonna make it big. We know that. We know that. Okay. She is on her way. She is on her way for sure. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that.
You guys will always be my friends no matter what happens, though.
You know, she's definitely on her way. She's really doing her thing. And you're well organized, I must say.
Thank you,
You know,
because I don't feel
as far
organized.
as what you show us, you're well organized. You know exactly how you're leading yourself into what you're doing. And that's really important.
Uh, Thank you.
You're welcome.
I said this today. I met her on Rumble. I still remember your first video you sent me, Ricky.
See? You see? So I'm not the only one, you know. We're here to recognize those things, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing that we could recognize and we could actually acknowledge and
Totally,
stuff.
yeah.
So, yeah. So, all right. They're going to be straggling in momentarily. But let's get started. So,
Okay.
everybody, this is Anne-Marie. I'm going to give her the floor to introduce herself, and then we're going to take it from there.
Okay, so my name is Emmarie Whitaker. I've been on social media for about 5-ish years. I started a vlog with my mom on YouTube, And then I kind of branched into beauty stuff. And I've been posting beauty stuff on YouTube for 3 years. I got onto Rizzle. It's been like a year and a half, which is insane. And yeah, I absolutely love beauty stuff. I've been doing hair since I was 13 and makeup since I was 14. Fell in love with it. Haven't like lost interest in it ever since. It's my favorite thing. It really is my passion. It makes me happy. It brings me joy. And I definitely didn't think I would go the route of social media. I thought I would just be a cosmetologist, but then I discovered social media about the time I would have gone to cosmetology school, and I was like, you know what? I think we're going to try this out. And that's how I got here.
So nice. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, with social media, everything is possible. Everything and anything is possible with social media. It's a matter of you just really organizing yourself to make it happen and be consistent. You know, that's really what you need to do with social media. Is the consistency overrides everything. But one important point that you stated is that you started the vlog with your mother. Now, when you started the vlog with your mother, was the vlog was the topic around beauty, or was it a different topic and then you had to pivot to get into beauty?
Yeah, so no, we were just doing, well, in the beginning, it was like we were just doing whatever would get views. So we were doing challenges, which I'm not a huge fan of those, but we were just doing whatever got views. And then we went into just like family vlogs. And we did those for a while. We had to drop the family vlog because my mom got so sick, but we're hoping to pick it up soon, or at least blogging.
Is your mom doing better now?
She's slowly starting to recover.
Okay.
She's still struggling, but we're getting her there.
Okay. So we do pray for your mom. You know,
Thank
we pray
you.
that she does improve, whatever the battle is. You know, hopefully she does overcome, and I know that'll be better for you and your family as well. So I do send positive vibes your way.
Thank you.
You know, love and light to all of you guys. World Without Words is with us. Thank you for joining. It's one of your supporters and stuff. Yeah. So you started it with your mom, and then life happens. You know, that happens a lot. And the thing I like about what you're saying is that that didn't stop you from pursuing. You still continued, and you switched it over to something that you were passionate about, you know, which is what a lot of people lack nowadays. A lot of people is that they don't know where their passion lies, and they're trying to find that. And automatically you realize what your passion was, and you just tapped right into it, you know, and that kept you going. And you became very consistent in it to the point it's like second nature. I think you could probably do all this beauty stuff while you're sleeping, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Which is excellent. And you being young and being able to do that is one of the things that a lot of other people are looking for. And sometimes they say that the younger people get it a lot better because their minds are a lot fresh and they have less responsibilities, less accountabilities. But with my communication with you, I already know that your responsibilities and accountabilities are huge, you know, because you are a grand example in your family from watching you and really being involved in all that you post. You know, I may not respond all the time, but I see, you know, what is permitted for me to see, I shall see. Okay. Yeah. So I always see how big you are because you're always standing up for your family. You stand up for your brother, and how you share on your Instagram about your brother is very touching to me. Very touching to me. And how you did the whole Thanksgiving thing, saying, you know, giving thanks to each member of your family and what they mean to you was phenomenal.
Oh,
you know,
so,
and you're very inspirational. And your page is definitely a page to watch because you have something to deliver all the time. It's valuable.
Oh, thank you. That makes me, it's good to hear that, because sometimes, you know, especially with Rizzle where there's not comments, you're just talking to your friends, which is great, but you don't a lot of times get to hear feedback from people that are just watching, you know? So that's really good to hear.
Yeah. You're welcome. And the thing about it, constructive criticism is imperative. We all
Mm-hmm.
need it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is that how does the other end receive it? That's the most important part. You
Right.
know, I know this interview for you, you're going to take it and you're going to run with it because it's going to be one of your milestones, like everything else that you've done in your life. It's very important to you, and that's the point of the show, for you to come here to find yourself in a way where you have not really found yourself before, you know? So that's where the self-awareness comes from. The self-development, we know you're going to be riding that horse and moving forward. So we're definitely going to be developed. And, everything social part is basically the burning activism within you. What are the social aspects of you, the things that concern you. So I want to get into that primarily because I'm not 100% too sure about what social issues are near and dear to you. So if you want to share that, you could go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So there's a few. So a few years ago, I had the opportunity to go to a screening by the charity slash company called Operation Underground Railroad. And it is this amazing man that started it, and it's become this huge project. And it's a documentary about human trafficking. And basically, he is this retired Army cop guy that comes and rescues kids that are trafficked from all over the world. And I had no clue that there were so many young kids that were taken on a daily, weekly basis. I think there's over like 1 million people that are being human trafficked, and I just had no clue. And so that's something that really, really means a lot to me. I make sure anytime I see anything of theirs, I try to share it. I try to push it out. Unfortunately, they couldn't have their gala this year, but they had a virtual one, and it was amazing. So that's something that really, really, really means a lot to me, and I try to share as much as possible.
I commend you for that because that's a tough topic. It
Yeah.
really is. And human trafficking is something that I've actually dealt with in terms of standing up for that cause many years ago. My mom, in her field, she has dealt with human trafficking as well. And I've been on the side helping her with those campaigns so that we could bring awareness to the whole situation. And coming from my mom comes from Haiti, and human trafficking is huge over there. Dominican Republic, human
Yeah.
trafficking is huge over there. And a lot of the Antilles, human trafficking is something that is done all the time. In the United States, seldomly it is done. But the thing about it is that people don't really take heed of it or how serious it is and how prevalent it is, but it's done all the time. I mean, technically, when you hear Amber Alert, that's human trafficking.
Right.
When you hear, the Amber Alert, for sure, that's human trafficking. There are a lot of other, people being kidnapped haphazardly. Sometimes it could be a planned kidnap. It could be a setup. All of that involves human trafficking. So that is a difficult movement, a very difficult movement. It's very touching. It could either make or break you depending on how deep that you go into it, but to be able to stand for a cause like that is really something that I really commend for you to do because it's not easy. It really isn't.
It makes you uncomfortable and it makes you sad, but like that makes it even more important to share.
Yes. I mean, there are people who have been involved in human trafficking where they left one country and ended up in another.
Right.
And had to start a whole new life, sometimes totally incognito to their previous identity. So like I've spoken to people like that, and for you to really want to stand up for that, that's huge. You know, so definitely on your aspect, you have a lot of big things happening for you. You're moving in a direction of really being totally empathic and just standing up for people and being able to feel what other people are feeling, being able to understand and hear out how what people are really going through. And for a young lady, that's a very big responsibility. A very big responsibility. But I'm not surprised because from your Instagram, I mean, it seems like, are you the oldest in your family?
No, I'm the middle child.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
thinking about you're like the oldest, the first one, you know, and because you seem like you take care of everybody.
I kind of do.
I know you do. And you know what? There's a lot of you, a lot in you that reminds me of me in my growing up,
Yeah.
you know? Yes, very much so. I mean, I'm the first grandchild of my generation, so I'm number one in my generation. And I don't have any siblings, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Everybody who comes after me, basically, like I'm like the mom, or you know, the big sister, or you know, the big cousin, and all that. So it's like I'm nurturing
Right.
type of personality, you know, and I naturally take care of people, you know,
Yeah.
just like with you guys on these lives. I take care of you guys, you know,
Yeah.
I help you find yourselves, you know, if somebody needs to find themselves, I'm going to help you do it, you know, and what you do with it afterwards is up to you, but I know I did my part, you know, and
Right.
I see that in you a lot. You know, I see that in you a lot. You show it off on the result all the time. And you know what the beauty about all of it is that it's natural for you. It's not something that you're making up. It's not something that you're putting so much effort in. It's natural. It comes naturally, and it's like no problem. You know, this is who I am. This is what I do. I'm comfortable doing that. I'm comfortable being me, and you just continue doing that every day. And that's beautiful. And that's exactly
Thank
what we
you.
need. That what makes you unique, you know, and I really mean that because we need a lot of people like you out there. We really do.
Oh, you're so nice.
We really do. You're welcome, but it's true. We really do. We need people who are authentic within themselves, who are really there to stand up and, you know, be there for people, understand one another. You know, I remember that you actually you stand up with a lot of causes. You stood up with the Black Lives Matter cause, you
Mm-hmm.
know, at the beginning and
Mm-hmm.
everything. You're very much involved. What's up, Dwayne? Hey, Michaela Thompson. And we have Brady M. Wade. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. You know, so being that personality, being very, very young, I already know that you're going to continue being that way. But one thing I'm going to tell you,
Okay.
that type of personality, just make sure as you move on and you're getting older, you're going to have people that are going to come at you, like really throw you a curveball, you know, type of thing, like throw the bone and see if you're going to catch it or if it's going to destroy you or something. Don't let that discourage you. You know,
Okay.
you may stumble, which is natural, but don't let that discourage you because it's going to happen and it may happen consistently. And I'm telling you this because I've been there. You know,
Right.
do not let anyone or any dissatisfied type of aura discourage you from your designated path, you know, because the path that you're on is already like, it's already a trace path. Like, you know, it's already formulated. You're already on it. If you continue on it, you'll see exactly where you're getting, you know, but don't deviate because of anybody else. You know, you're a people person. You take care of your family. You love your family. You're into school. You're into makeup. You want to go to cosmetology. Still do that and include social media because you know what? You know how to work media already. You know, you
Right.
have a good sense of media already. And this is
Mm-hmm.
another thing that I want to get into because I watch your YouTube, you know, and I love the way that you present yourself on YouTube. Your editing skills are really good, actually.
Thank you. Thank you
You
so
know,
much.
I'm like, maybe I should ask her to give courses on editing skills when it comes to, doing visual videos because this girl got it going on. And what I love about you in your YouTube videos is your crafting. Okay, your decor. It's nothing huge, but you make it like it's a big deal. And I know you probably went to the dollar store and hooked the whole place up, the curtain behind you, or the mirror, the flower, whatever. You always got glitter, okay, which I love. I'm a glitter girl too,
Glitter's the
but
best.
yes. But at the same time, it's just that you're set. Like everything is so set up, So where do you get your inspiration to really put it all together? What's up, Wrench Turner?
Hi.
Miss Grown Girls, NYC. Yeah, go ahead. So what set you up to really put it together?
So like my set and everything.
Yeah.
Pinterest. Like I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And so I just typed in like, I don't even remember, some type of aesthetic. I said like bright aesthetic or something like that bedroom. And everyone was like, the curtain lights down the wall, the clean, white, simple, bright look. I'm like, that's it? That's what everyone, but I constantly get like complimented on my set. And I'm like, I spent $10 on these lights.
That's
and then
what
I
it
just
is.
have my box like filming lights in front of me. Those were I think $30. That's it.
Girl, I think you should do some YouTube video courses for real. Because
really?
Yeah, why not? I mean, you might as well put that together and that will be income for you as well,
Yeah.
Because you have it. You have it. Put like how to set up it could be like a course for people to learn how to set their setup for YouTube, because you do it so very nicely. It's you and what's her name? She's gonna be with me in the next couple of weeks. Lily Georgia.
Lily, yep.
Girl,
Awesome. Yes.
I can't wait for the 15th because Lily's gonna be with me. And let me tell you, she got it going on with her YouTube too.
Mm-hmm.
Even her set that she has a set for Rizzle too, because I see her videos. And I'm just like, she is too cute. And she does her little glitter thing too and all that. And I'm like, these glitter girls, man. So what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is like a blush pink.
Okay. I noticed because, the glitter pink,
Yep.
As a matter of fact, my signature color, my favorite color is red, by the way. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is my room. I have a red ceiling.
I love it.
And white walls. Okay. I'm the only one with a red ceiling in the whole, I think, world. But I'm wearing red today. But my signature color for my business, which is my signature book, Faces of Beauty and Fibroids, is pink. Okay. And my conference that I did in 2018, the tables had the glitter pink tablecloth on them. Everybody wore pink. It was an all-women conference, so it was very simple, very easy. Everybody wore pink. And the vendor tables had pink glitter on them as well. So yeah, whenever I'm doing anything related to my book, you'll see me. If I do an interview with someone or something, I'll be wearing pink because that's my signature color for the movement for women's health and women empowerment. And then when you go to my YouTube channel for Faces of Uterine Fibroids, you'll see some pink on the what you call the cover, the header and stuff. But yeah, and then some pink writings on the header as well. Yeah, but that theme basically is because of women is revolving around pink. So you're a pink girl, okay? Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think Lily likes pink too. Because she reminds me of you in a different way, though. She does remind me a lot of you. But that's awesome. So Are you currently in school at this present time?
Nope. Just trying to focus solely on this for now. I think not 2021 but 2022, depending on where life is at. I wouldn't necessarily want to go
Mm-hmm.
to like full on cosmetology school, but I would want to do like the makeup side of it because I don't need to learn how to braid. I would love to get like into detailed makeup artistry though.
Okay. So, Joseph has something really important that he wrote, and I want to highlight on that. He says, this is how social media should be used and to inspire and inform. Actually, this is a very great point. Social media is actually designed to inspire and inform. But the issue that we have is the actual users, the way some users utilize it, they utilize it incorrectly. Because if you go do some research, Instagram by itself, it is strictly there to inspire and inform people. But you have some users who go on there and they post however, whatever,
Yeah.
they don't really know how to utilize that actual medium.
Right.
So, and that's what signifies whether somebody's going to continuously follow you and if somebody is going to not follow you at all.
Right.
Like for me, per se, in my movement, I'm interviewing people. I'm into social media. I'm into upgrades. I want to move forward. You know what I mean? I need to follow people that are doing the same thing, but on a higher level.
Right.
Because I need to be inspired.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to continue following people who are doing similar things that I'm doing so that I could continue with my movement because I need to be motivated as well. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, it's just like, if you're a motivator, you got to find somebody else to motivate you. That's why they always tell you, you got to get a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And thank God I have coaches in my life. I have motivators. I have mentors in my life. Because believe you me, if I were to have to do this by myself, I would not be able to do it by myself because you need somebody to be able to turn to have a higher level conversation that you can confide in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they always tell you, you need a coach. I have a social media coach. Okay, actually, I have 2 social media coaches. I had 3.
Wow.
One passed away. But believe you me, that social media coach, do you know that after her death, she's still making money because her page is still running and there's somebody that is running and she's still selling courses and she's still teaching while
That's
she's
so
dead.
crazy.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what everybody on social media should aspire to be like. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She lost her cancer battle just a few months ago this year. Okay. And she's still, if you guys want to check her out, it's the 6-figure chick. Okay. Her name was Cece, the 6-figure chick. Go on that channel. See how many followers she got going on. See how many posts pop up on her page daily. The girl is dead. How many courses, how many offerings, how many inspirations that's being put out there. How you get motivated and the amount of people that are consistently commenting on her stuff. The engagement is wild. She's not with us anymore.
That's insane.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what, so like when I see you, I see that type of product is quite possible because you have a lot going on. You're organized. You're able to get to that route, but it takes consistency. And of course, moving forward, you'll elevate yourself. You'll get a coach and you'll be able to have that person to confide in and be able to challenge you because everybody needs somebody that can challenge them, And that's another thing. You want to move forward in life, you can't do it by yourself. There has to be somebody that's going to challenge you constructively. Okay. You can't be doing the same thing 24/7 every day, 365 days every year. And then there's no scaling. There's no upgrade.
Right.
What's the point of you doing what you're doing?
No,
You get what I'm
exhausting.
saying? Exactly. It becomes monotone and then it also becomes boring for you too. Because you're constantly doing the same thing. Like, where's that point where you're like, okay, what's my next move? That's why like you have people who are really making it, they give stuff out. They do giveaways on their pages. They sell stuff on their pages. They have bundles, packages that they sell on their pages. There are a lot of things, but the inspirations that they put out there is always tied up to what I always say. You got to tell your story. And that's one thing I like about you. You're constantly telling your story. You're constantly telling your story. You're telling your story about you and your family all the time. All the time. You always find something to talk about on your Instagram. Same thing with Rizzle. It's like, you know what? You be like, okay, I'm going to answer this question, but at the same time, I'm going to give you my version based on my experience. That's your story.
Right.
You'd be like, oh, I know somebody who went through this experience, blah, blah, blah. That's your story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All the time. And that's how people are really getting in touch, really getting inspired. Joseph is saying, I want my legacy to be inspiring others, even in death. Well,
totally.
You gotta get organized. It's possible. It's possible. Because like I said, one of my coaches is doing it. It's possible. You can do it. Everybody could do it. But at the same time, you just got to get organized. And you got to put out material that people always want to watch. I mean, just like Rizzle. We're on Rizzle. Think about it. Let's say, God forbid, you die tonight or tomorrow. Your videos are always going to be on Rizzle. You're always going to get watch time. You know what I'm saying? Because people are always going to constantly watch your videos. But the thing about it is this. How involved, how in-depth are they going to be to stay connected to want to go look for you and watch you?
Right.
Just like your YouTube. How connected are they going to be? How impacted are they going to be with you enough to go look for you and watch you when they know you're not there? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my coach, this coach right here, the way that she impacted people, it was crazy. I mean, she showed you basically how she made money selling t-shirts, how she made money selling her ebook, how she made money, selling anything, marketing anything. But it was always tied up to her story. I mean, if you go on her page, like I said, it's the 6-figure chick. When you go on her page, all of the posts are like this long length because the story is always connected. You see, because you got to get people touched, moving, inspired. The story has to be there. She's not putting out a link, oh, just go look at my link and buy this. No, because nobody's going to do that.
No.
Nobody's going to look at it. Nobody wants to hear that because you know what? You plus everybody else is selling something on social media. So to make it touching, you have to make it in a way that people could resonate with it. They have to identify. Like me, when I talk about my fibroid story, people always get touched about it because they're like, you know what? It's either they went through the same thing or they know somebody who went through the same thing, so they identify with it. As long as people identify, it's the same thing with you, with beauty. The way that you continue on with beauty is because you personify beauty. You see beauty in other people. You're able to recognize beauty within family, the togetherness, that's beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep personifying beauty. It's not just, okay, let me just put this makeup on. Just like there's a girl that I share all the time on my Instagram. I don't know if you noticed. Her page is Batology, Sam Batology. Is it Batology? Yeah. I always share her because she does makeup, but her makeup are like to another level. Like she personifies everything. Today she personified Winter Wonderland for Christmas with makeup. Okay. I saw it on Facebook because I follow her on Facebook. I can't wait for her to put it on the Instagram so I could put it in my stories because she is always personifying whatever it is through makeup. Just like she did the whole Halloween thing, so many different looks with makeup. And it was like to die for. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like that, even when she passes away, you're going to want to go look and see like what she got going on. Any holiday popping up because she personifies every holiday through makeup. And she's not just doing like, a regular makeup that I do. I mean, she does heavy duty, artsy makeup. Like, I can't do that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's just not for me, you know? So those are the type of things that I think as creators, we all need to zero in on. You
Totally.
know, it's great to get on social media and pop a couple of videos. You know, we could all pop any type of video we want, but to make it meaningful and useful for ons and ons of years, to the point that if you're not here anymore, that the information that you drop is still vital to everyone. I think that's the goal that we all should achieve for. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
all should achieve for. And I think you're definitely on that route. I really do.
Oh, good. That
Mhm.
makes me happy.
Yeah, you're definitely on that route. You know, because while you're doing your makeup, I've watched you. You talk about other topics as well. You know, you're not just talking about like the brand, or you're not just talking about what you're putting on your face. And that's what a lot of other makeup people are starting to do now too.
Mm-hmm.
They start to have conversation about something that happened to them during the day, and then as they're doing what they're doing, their face, right? And then they're talking about like real stuff. So you're focused on them, but you're really in tune to what they're saying. So it keeps you captured, and you're going to go to the end to them to see the end result, because you want to see the end result of their face, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they could be talking about child trafficking the whole time,
Yep.
and you still gonna be paying attention, right?
Yep.
So it's like double time. So that's the whole thing about social media, and that's what makes us unique in our craft. And I think that's what a lot of us need to focus on: how to still be ourselves, but really come out with our uniqueness and really still capture people. You know, like Dwayne will make you laugh over anything in a minute. Okay. And I don't know how he does it, but some days I go and I look for Dwayne's videos because I need to laugh specifically, you know?
Yeah.
And his laughter is a whole different laughter compared to Mitch's laughter. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they're each comics, right? They're both comical, but it's a whole different aura. So
Right.
when you go to Mitch, you have a new aura of laughter. And there are times when, I need that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have also on Rizzo, you got Viral King. He's another character when it comes to laughter and making people smile. But his stuff is totally off the hook crazy in another level.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they all into comedy.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And the
Yep.
truth of the matter is, those three I just told you right here, those three I just told you right here, believe you me, the day they're gone, people are going to look for their videos just to watch, because, like me, they're going to need to laugh. And they're
Mm-hmm.
going to know what laughter they need. So that's why they're going to choose whether it's going to be Mitch, whether it's going to be Dwayne, whether it's going to be Viral King. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's the beautiful thing about the whole stuff. You're welcome, Dwayne. I really mean that from the heart. You know that. I've been saying that from the very beginning. So that's what we all need to focus on. Like me, my niche is storytelling. I could tell my ass off in a story. Okay? I'm trained to tell my story. No matter what story it is, I'm going to tell my story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every now and then you guys see on my Instagram, I tell my story, because what it does, it reconnects you with me. And every time I tell you another version of my story, we reconnect on another level, because I have a different version of a story.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll see me put inspiration, things that motivate people. That's just for likes. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yep.
And then sometimes you get comments on that because it likes, oh my God, you made me think about something that hit me
Mm-hmm.
hard. Oh my God. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the story, and that's when you see the long, lengthened type of posts, that's what people need to hear. They need to see. They need to read. You know what I mean?
Totally. Mm-hmm.
They need that. So it's like, you guys should, like, I would give you guys one advice. to create a calendar for your social media. We're all on Instagram. I know a lot of you guys love Instagram, and Instagram is a good medium for your business, but you have to understand how Instagram works. Instagram is strictly inspirational and is there to inform people. So you got to think about, based on your niche, what are people looking for?
Right.
What do they need?
Mm-hmm.
And based on what you know that what they're looking for, what do they need? What is it that you can provide based on what their needs are?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're going to deliver to them. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Once you deliver that to them, of course, you're going to get people interested, and then you're going to get people buying your stuff because you're giving them what they're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
what they need. You know, it's not about what you want to show them, because most people don't care.
Right.
It's what the people need. Sometimes the need is momentum.
Right.
You know, sometimes the need is like for a season, but they need it. So if you could provide it, no problem. And that's why, like, you have some people, like, there's a girl that I follow on my Facebook. I'm gonna tell you guys the story. You guys get ready to laugh, okay? This girl I follow on my Facebook, and she's a herbalist. And what she does, basically, she puts together this tea. It's how do you call this tea? I'm trying to get it the right way so I don't insult anybody on the live, but it's really funny. It's a tea that basically boosts your libido. Okay, you guys know what libido is, right? Okay, so it boosts the sex drive. Okay, it gets you going so that you can be ready. All right, so she creates this tea. Okay, what's up, Artifacts? She creates this tea from scratch as a herbalist. And what she does, she sells it. Now, that tea is so effective, okay, that I'm sure you don't want that tea. That's good. That tea is so effective that she came out, Cyber Monday was yesterday. She came out with her tea. Okay, people were waiting for it to the point that within 2 hours, she sold 200 worth of orders of that tea.
That's crazy.
Okay, and let me tell you, now she's doing these packs of 12 bottles of that tea. All right, the pack of 12 bottles is, the box has 12 bottles in there for $325. Imagine $325 times 200 orders.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Okay? Think about the amount of money that girl made within 2.5 hours with that tea.
That's crazy.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she promotes that tea. And what she does, she promotes that tea, and people send them their testimonies. They'll send her the testimonies, how they felt about it, how they liked it, how it worked, and all that. Like, just to read the testimonies. I mean, it's anonymous, but let me tell you, her page is freaking booming, you know? And people get a lot of inspiration from that. There's a lot of inspiration in that, a lot of motivation in that. Because you know what? There are a lot of people who have problems in those areas. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's getting testimonials. A lot of people have problems in those areas. And those are embarrassing things that most people don't want to talk about.
Right.
But to have somebody who went to school, studied hers, and decided that she could put something together like that, you know, lo and behold, I mean, it's necessary. People need it.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people willing to sell, to buy that tea for like whatever the price is because they need it.
Yeah.
You know, so think about that. It's the same thing, you know, you guys are Instagram. Think about basically what is it that you know that you can provide that the people, you know, and if you can put it together, like you're into beauty. You can put a course together, you're into YouTube, and it's very simple how you put your craft together. for you to set everything up. Put a course together. Tell people how to set things up for YouTube. Why is it that you may have a lamp on this side? And why is it that you're using the color white and pink? Is it a lighting issue? Is it an attraction issue? What does it do for you? How has it improved your videos? You know what I mean? How has been your response, comments for those, for ever since that you implemented those changes? Like specifically, why is the color pink that you utilize mostly? Look
Right.
into those things. It may be your favorite color, but there's a meaning to it.
Right.
There's a meaning to everything. It's like you have to go deep inside to really connect with yourself to know exactly why that color is for you. Like for me, my color is red, obviously. But at the same time, if people want to ask me, you want to go into a deep conversation, I'm like, what, red is what is connected to my soul. Basically, it's like that's the way I'm illuminated to not only within myself, but I see people in that color. Like I see you as a bright red light, just ready, just doing your thing, always booming and beaming all over the place. That's what it is. And that's not gonna stop, me or stop me from seeing what I need to see about you or anybody else when I come on these interviews. I just keep moving. So I think those things are important. What you think is sometimes meaningless to you maybe what's most important to a lot of other people.
Right.
Yeah. So start thinking in terms of those things to see exactly where you see fit. Because there are a lot of opportunities out there, and I even see you with your own private label makeup.
That'd be amazing.
Think about it. You buy makeup all the time. Why can't you have your own Emmarie makeup or something?
I love that so much.
Think about it. Yeah. We talked, a couple of lives ago, we talked about white labeling. We talk about private labeling. Those are all ideas that you could take and implement. And that's how you start your own line.
Right.
Especially with makeup. It's very simple, very easy and stuff. But you just need to find yourself a company. They're all over the place. You'll find them on Facebook. You'll find them all over the place. You just find a company that is providing that for you when it comes to private labeling. And then you start your own makeup line or something,
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, but start to follow people who are in the same avenue as you, like doing the same things on a higher level. Because that girl I told you about, Vitalogy, she's on Instagram as Vitalogy, and she put together. She always like bringing out palettes because she's always doing this crazy makeup. And there was a palette that she created and put together for herself, and of course, it's private label.
Right.
But hey, she was able to test it and she was able to try it out and got it with the company. And now she's doing it so, and she still promotes other people's palettes.
Right.
But at the same time, it's always great to have your own, to be like, what, this is what I put together and stuff like that. And those are always things that you could market.
Yeah.
So does anyone have any questions for Emmarie? I know we've been having a very high type of inspirational talk here. What's up, Jassam? Thank you for joining us. And Erica Gilliam, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for being with us. Anybody have any questions for Emmarie, Miss Emmarie? Emmarie is a YouTuber. She's working her way to being an influencer. So being an influencer, are you a YouTube influencer officially, or would you say that? Or
yeah, I would say. I would say I'm more YouTube. I guess I spend the most time on Rizzle technically, but YouTube's a little bit more sustainable because they're like, you know, they've been around longer. There's less likely of a chance that they're gonna like disappear because of a lawsuit.
Yeah.
But my mom and I are working on right now trying to get a blog started up, because it's always like the best idea to have your own home base that cannot be taken away from you. It's your property. It's something that if every other social media that you're on gets taken down for some reason, someone can still find you somewhere. So
Right.
that's one of the projects. One of the like 10 projects I'm trying to work on right now.
Right. And you know, putting a blog together is very profitable as well. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that I'm currently working on. Because like if you're on Rizzle, if you're on YouTube, you know, you're on Instagram, having your own blog is ideal, especially if you want to drive traffic to your YouTube, you know, because like what I do basically, what has helped me a lot is Twitter. I don't know if you guys take your Twitter account seriously,
Oh.
but you guys should take your Twitter account seriously, because on my channel for Faces of Uterine and Fibroids, the most amount of people came from Twitter, because I constantly share my videos there. Once I post them, then I share it on Twitter. It's like an automatic thing, you know. And a lot of people picked up from there and then started following me. You know, they subscribe, you know, and that is something that you guys should definitely utilize. I mean, Twitter has its own ways, but for YouTube promotion, it's very, very good. It's very, very good. And then when you have the blog, of course, you could share and create a post on your blog referencing the video. But most likely, like I said, you have to share your story. It's not
Right.
just you're going to share the video on the blog. It's like, okay, great, you shared the video. And then what? Like, people want something to read, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they're going to read it. And then afterwards, they're going to be like, okay, let me see the video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the scripting could be something to relate it to the video, or something that's interrelated to the video. It doesn't have to be directly related to the video,
Right.
but it kicks off the video. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I'm working on right now, and I'm looking to do that with my Faces of Uterine Fibroids YouTube. And then I'm going to also implement it. Like, I'm creating a hub type of blog where I can put the second YouTube channel, which is your guys' videos here, and I'm going to start putting more videos created, like more geared towards social media, on the second channel, which is author Martine Myers, and put them all together on that blog. So I'll have a post related from both channels on there, and then share the blog post on Twitter.
Oh, cool.
You know, you talked about Pinterest. What's up, Ken? How you doing? You talked about Pinterest, and I like the fact that you talk about Pinterest, because when I tell people about Pinterest, they be like, I don't really use it. Pinterest
How?
has,
It's so good.
let me tell you, when you want to get like content ideas, whatever the content is, whatever the topic is, Pinterest is where you go.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, you get a lot of memes there, whatever. And you know what? A lot of people share their blog posts on Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at the photo, you click on it, it could be like, if you want to read, you know, then when you click on it, it takes you directly to the blog, and it's free traffic directly to your blog.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that, like, okay, you're into affiliate marketing. So you're going to have a blog. You're going to write a story related to whatever the product or the service is that you're affiliating for, right? Then when you put your hyperlink, you know, your referral link, okay, you're going to put it within the blog after you share all that great stuff, which is the story. But then you imagine you taking that post and you share it on Pinterest, links connected to that post. I mean, like, for real, you know, I've done that before, in my past, and I was like, I think that is crazy dope the way it works, and I need to be consistent on that part, and I'm so looking forward to it. What's up, Keisha? You know,
Hey.
so think about that. I think Pinterest is so awesome.
Yes.
I think Pinterest is so awesome. I mean, you get a lot. Like sometimes if you need something to read, you just want to get inspiration, or you want to just see what contents are out there. You want to research on social media, content creation, ideas. Like, if you're down and out and you don't even know where your brain is going, just get on Pinterest. You know how many boards I have on Pinterest? you know,
I have so many. Oh my goodness. I don't even
like
want to go.
if you're bored, like
Yep.
literally bored, you
Mhm.
know, go and create a board on Pinterest for whatever the heck the topic is.
Mhm.
And you start attracting people. Like, it's just crazy. And you know how many people like will like whatever you post on there in terms of like the picture, or share it or copy it or whatever. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my God. It's basically like a vision board.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's basically like a vision board, which is really nice, but it becomes meaningful when you picture it as a vision board. But then, let's say, like, you become a blogger, and then you have like a board for all your blog posts based on whatever the topic is, and you keep filling it in. Imagine how many people are going to be clicking on that board of the Pinterest and going there to look at your story or read your story from there. From there, ended up on your blog.
Right. Yeah,
You
it's
know,
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy
it,
to
it
think
really
about.
is. And the whole thing about it is consistency.
Mhm.
Once you get the consistency, it becomes worthwhile. And I think that's a beautiful thing to be able to put together. So I'm glad that you're getting into the whole blogging thing and all that, because I love upgrades. I love upgrades. And that's one thing,
Mhm.
one of the reasons why I do this show is that I always feel that if I'm looking to upgrade myself, I definitely want the people in my surroundings to upgrade themselves as well, you know? And that's why I like to give tips and be able to help people, because if I'm gonna make it somewhere, I think you guys can make it somewhere too. I mean,
Right.
do you know how many people are on Rizzle because of me? To tell you the truth, and a lot of them are just watchers.
Wow,
You
that's
know,
awesome.
okay, a lot of them are just watchers. I have maybe one person that actually created a few videos, but other than that, like one of my coaches is on Rizzle, okay, because of
Wow.
me, and I know she's there because she tells me she watches me, but she's just a watcher. you know so it's just, I always tell people, you never know who's watching you, you never know who's seeing what's going on. You have no idea. I mean, we're in the video world. Okay, video world could either make or break you. you
Mhm.
know People need to be mindful about that. People need to be mindful about that. And like what I always say, a good video will last for a lifetime, as well as a
Mhm.
bad video.
Yep.
As well as a bad video. Okay, I mean, just like I shared about the coach, that the social media coach, she's not here anymore, but all her work is still is still valuable because people are still buying her courses, and she's still providing, and she's dead. Like, same thing with the video. It could either go up or take you down, and I
Mhm.
think that you're on the right track when it comes to that stuff. You're pretty good with that. So yeah, but mm, so the whole blogging thing, definitely. I look forward to your announcement about your blog when that comes together, because I think that's going to be dope, the way you're going to have that together. So
Mm.
anything else that you would like to ask or, comment on?
I don't think so.
Any questions, anyone, for Miss Anne-Marie, YouTube influencer, Rizzle influencer, Instagram go-getter, basically? But I would definitely ask you to implement on the Twitter. Don't sleep on Twitter.
Okay, I won't.
Yeah, don't sleep on Twitter. I mean, we used
Okay.
to do Twitter. the Twitter storms and stuff, and I think it was beneficial to everyone, and it was nice when it was happening and stuff. But a lot of people didn't want to continue it, I guess, so that didn't continue. But the thing about it, it helped out everybody's account at the
Right.
end of the day.
Right.
Everyone benefited. Now, I was one of the people who continued on with posting on Twitter every now and then, with my promotion. And basically, it helped me. It helped me. It helped me with the whole YouTube thing because I saw traffic coming and stuff. It also helped me with the Martine show for promotion with the new channel, you know. It helped in so many ways. So I would definitely advise to continue, you know. Gary, what's
Hey,
up?
Gary.
Oh my goodness, so many people dropping in here. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions for Miss Emmarie?
Hey.
Right. So what are your plans moving forward besides the blog? Like 2021's around the corner. Oh my goodness, Jasmine, will you move to Silicon Valley? I should have known that was going to come.
Nope.
Thank
Nope.
you.
I like where I'm at right now.
Gary is saying,
oh, hold on. Okay, so my tripod's kind of broken, so I kind of have to prop it up. So I'm going to see if I can, I ordered a new one, but it hasn't gotten here yet. I'm going to see if I can carefully grab this without knocking anything over.
Exactly. How could the beauty influencer not show her makeup palette? Like, seriously?
Okay, this is my favorite one. It's actually by another YouTuber. But this is where I get my favorite glitter palettes. Or my favorite glitter colors. Do you see all those?
What? How could I not? I could not even be surprised about that. And then the pink is right on top.
Yeah.
And she's been using the pink. She's been using the pink more than anything.
Oh yeah.
And of course she said that it's by another YouTuber, which we talked about private labeling and white labeling, right? That's exactly what this YouTuber did. That's why you got her palette.
Yep.
And she profited on you. And now people are going to profit on you advertising for her palette.
Yep.
Which is exactly all that we talked about for you.
Just comes full circle.
So go do exactly what that YouTuber did with the private label.
Okay.
So the next YouTuber can show your palette and be like, "This is from Emmarie Whitaker."
Oh, that'd be so cool.
And then you make money on the fact that somebody else is advertising for your palette.
Oh my goodness, that'd be so cool. Okay, I'm gonna look into it. I promise.
I told you, either check private labeling, or white label.
Private label. Okay. Okay.
Or white labeling.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's exactly what I mean. This is so ironic. But I love it. This is so beautiful, so ironic. I love it because we took the time. We spoke about all of these plans, everything, and then all of a sudden she's like, "I got this palette. I love it, but it's from another YouTuber." Excuse me. Oh my God, this is so dope. You see, Gary got all the fires up. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. That is nice. And that YouTuber's name is Tati Beauty?
Yeah, Tati Beauty is her brand. It's her YouTube channel is just Tati. I don't think she's not posting anymore. She's having to deal with lawsuits and stuff, but I know it's kind of lame. But no, I love this. I use it at least twice a week, which is saying something because I'm surrounded by makeup.
Wow, that's awesome. Dwayne, how do you feel about Rizzle? How has it impacted you? Great question.
Yeah, no, I love Rizzle. It is so different than any other platform I've ever been on. And had like maybe 2 social media friends that I like actually talked to before Rizzle, and now I have like I don't know how many that I get to talk to on like a daily basis. So it's a huge impact. And I mean, it's gotten me opportunities. I got to do the live class about Rizzle at the beginning of this year, which I mean,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully someday I'll be able to pick that up again when like live classes are a thing again. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really kind of forced me to be more creative, because I mean, to keep up with Rizzle as consistent as I'd like to be, that's like 16 videos 5 days a week, like per day.
Yeah.
And you kind of, I mean, you don't have to do that on Rizzle, but like if you want to stay consistent, that's kind of the general point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely forced me to be more creative. And yeah, no, I just love it. It's the best.
Right. That's good. I mean, Rizzle is Rizzle. It's very unique, It's a great way to connect and engage with people. The show is here because I connected with all you guys on Rizzle. If people utilize it for what it has to offer, you could really create big things with it. My thing is to sway away from the numbers game, because at the end of the day, the numbers look great, but if you're not doing anything with those numbers, it really doesn't mean anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's great to have like so many views and so many followers, but you have to learn how to have those followers cross over. And how they cross over is that you got to have something going on your other social media, which is interesting enough that connects with them to the point where they're like, you know what, it is worthwhile for me to watch Emmarie on Instagram or YouTube or anywhere else. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I encourage everybody to do, because I mean, I do have a lot of Rizzle people who follow me, but compared to the amount of Rizzle people that I have on Rizzle, like 27,000 plus,
Mm-hmm.
You would think that I would maybe have 5,000 on my
Right.
Instagram.
Yeah, you'd think.
I don't have that. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Or even 1,000 plus. I don't
Right.
have that. So those are things that I encourage for us to continue working on.
Totally.
And the fact that I do advertise like for my show, because it's with members of Rizzle, I advertise you guys on Rizzle, letting people know that we got something going on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Instagram. That makes people follow me. But at the same time, like, people need to create a program, create something that is worthwhile to have those people cross over and make them stay, because people could cross over. But the thing about it is, are you interesting enough? Like, you captured them enough to make them stay? That's the other thing. Like me, I have consistency.
Right.
And this is something that a lot of you guys need to put together. Create something that is consistent. It's a no-brainer. Like, people know now Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Martine show is on at 8 p.m. on Martine Maya's handle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's consistent. But imagine if I was like some time-ish. Oh, let me go live at 5. Let me go live at 8. Let me go live on Tuesday. Let me go live on Saturday. Let me go live on Monday.
Right.
It'll be confusing.
Yeah. How could people keep up?
Yeah. And the thing about it is, like, okay, it's confusing to people. So people would be like, oh, okay, I'll catch you whenever I can. Or sometimes they wouldn't catch it at all because you're just all over the place.
Right.
So those are the things like that. Like, create a program, create a calendar, and make it consistent and stuff. And I think that's something that helps a lot. It's definitely helping me.
Yeah.
And then it gives you leeway for you to do other things in your life. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I know it's locked 8 p.m. Right.
Right.
So the other days I can do other things.
Right.
I don't have to be tied down. Like, even if I do post on Instagram, I could pre-program a post or whatever time it is. but I could still have a life. I could still do other things. I'm just reserved for that Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's important with social media because a lot of people are talking about, um, well, how do they say this? Social media, it's a addiction, social media
Yep.
addiction,
Yep.
But if you're working social media to promote yourself for business purposes, you're going to see it's going to be essential to you, number one. But the majority of people who work social media for business purposes, they create a schedule.
Right.
They're not on social media 24/7 every day.
No. No.
They're not posting all the time. And if they're posting, it's a meaningful post. It's connected to a story that's going to resonate, touch and move and inspire somebody. It's not just a picture and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's your largest social media following outside of Rizzle, and what is it?
Oh, like following count? I just hit 2,000 on YouTube. Well, that's
Oh,
not
that's
including,
awesome.
yeah, the vlog my mom and I took a break from has about 8,000, but we're not posting on that, so I don't really count that right now.
Oh, that's a separate channel?
Yep. Yep. So that
Okay.
one is Doors in Time, and then my beauty channel is just Emmarie Lane. So
Oh, okay. That's where Doors in Time comes
yeah.
from. All right. Nice. I like Doors in Time.
Me
Actually, the
too.
whole name like rings to me. I think it's very special. It's really nice.
Thank you.
Okay, and that's the vlog with you and your mom.
Yep. Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. That is very sweet. So you're not doing Doors in Time anymore, that vlog,
Not right
but you're doing
now. Yeah, we're gonna
okay.
try to pick it back up once she feels a little bit better. But since I'm running Emmarie Lane, plus doing Rizzle, plus trying to do everything else, I can't do it all by myself. And so we're waiting for her to get a little bit better so she can kind of help me pick up the slack that would happen if I try to do everything on my own.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. So Emmarie Lane is basically you personifying makeup all day, all night on there.
Yep. That's it. And I love it. It makes me so happy.
Nice. Have you ever thought about possibly interviewing beauty people like, makeup influencers or people from the makeup industry on
I
your
haven't. That's
YouTube?
a good thought. Yeah, I'll look into
Content
that.
creation.
Yeah.
Contact them and tell them that you have a YouTube. Tell them what your influence is, and in return, basically, they get to promote their product,
Right.
and now you can promote their product. Maybe you could be an affiliate of their product, or just as an influencer, you promote their product, and then you get like what you call a discount code.
Yeah. That's a good
When
thought.
people buy, they use your discount code and stuff like that, and then you get commission on that. You know, girl, we could talk about this all day, all night, as you can see. But does anybody else have any question? Cough, cough, a photo shoot. Oh, you
Photo
can do a
shoot.
photo shoot as well. Yeah.
I'm
You
not
know
the
what?
best model.
I've watched Lily do her photo shoot,
She's
which
so
I think
good.
is oh,
Oh my goodness.
she's so lovely. She's gonna be with me on the 15th of December. I can't wait.
I
I
can't
hope
wait.
you
That's
watch
gonna be
it.
awesome.
She is something else. You and her, like you guys resemble each other to me. And you guys really got it going on as YouTube influencers doing your thing. You're on Rizzle, but what you guys do on YouTube, I think is really beautiful. It stands out. It's really nice. So that's good. So anybody has any questions, any more questions before we close out with Miss Emmarie Whitaker? And thank you so much, Gary. Gary's always in and out in the trenches with us. And I'm so glad that he came on. White wave means, she stated that I'm a bit confused what's going on. Emmarie's having her interview on the Martine show, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays on author Martine Meyer's handle. So you can follow my page for you to be connected on future interviews coming through. Let's see, anyone else? Jasmine is in between studying and watching the show at the same time. So we thank Jasmine for his support, for real.
Totally.
And
yeah,
his marketing skills all the time. He's always promoting. And Dwayne Hurt is always a supporter, always on all the lives since he started. He has not missed not one live.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, yeah, from the time that he logs on, like he knows, he just comes on and he is something else. So we do appreciate you, Dwayne. Thank you so much for that. And Gary's going to be with us next in January, actually. Gary's going to be having his interview coming up in January. Dwayne should be returning once he gets his hearsay, like the whole date for his next movie, so he's going to come right before that and stuff. So we're going to be looking out for that. I'm going to be awesome. Super excited. Yeah, I'm super excited for January to be on with Gary as well. Gary got some cool stuff happening with him and everything with his channels and, YouTube and all that, and Twitch. So we're looking forward to that. All right, so if you guys don't have anything else to ask Miss Emmarie Whitaker, we're going to close it out. Thank you so much, Miss Emmarie Whitaker, for being with us. Thank you for sharing your ideas and having questions about social media and also your craft with us, because everything that you share. Look who came on right now. I'm about to close the show. And Mitch Savage comes in. Oh my God. Oh my God, Mitch. Mitch, let me tell you guys something about Mitch, okay? Mitch, I appreciate Mitch very, very much, because when we started out with the show, we needed a time clock, and I didn't have a time clock. And Mitch always was the live time clock to tell us the time. Because back then, Instagram was on that 1 hour top thing with me, and was like, you're not getting 1 minute after that, So I would make sure that I would create the show just for that 1 hour and say everything we have to say, and by 9 o'clock we'll be done,
Right.
So I was pre-programmed that way. But since now Instagram realizes that this is consistent and was like, oh, they most likely need more time, they opened the gates. So we're here.
Wow.
Still.
That's
yeah.
cool.
So that's why my lives now could go to 2 hours, 3 hours if you really want to. It doesn't matter, because Instagram is like, okay, wide open. You got it. But this is another thing that we talked about, consistency. It only happened because I've been consistent. And They see it Tuesdays and Thursdays. Every Tuesday and Thursday at the same time I'm here doing it. Let me tell you, Big Brother always watching. Big Brother's always watching. So, hey. So thank you so much, Mitch, for coming on. Wayne had to say that you're late, but we do appreciate you for being with us either way. Thank you, Gary, for the compliments and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I do always, whenever Mitch comes on, it resonates with me, because I'm like, oh my God, he used to be my time watcher.
Mitch is awesome.
Yeah, he is. And I did give you a shout out, Mitch, when you weren't even here, but you're going to have to watch the whole video to find out where, but I'm sure your buddy Dwayne will tell you about it. So either way, thank you all for being with us. Thank you, Dwayne, for the compliments. He is here with us every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. EST. And thank you, Emmarie, for sharing so many valuable, advice with us. And thank you for receiving my advice for you so that you can improve, upgrade. And I look forward for you growing, looking forward to your expansion. So on that note, he says he has to catch up. Yes, you do. So on that note, we're closing out right now. And thanks again. See you guys on Thursday at 8 p.m. on The Martine Show. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.